I need you to step out with me.
No.
Okay.
I'm expressing my fear. Do not touch me. Do not put your hands on me.
I need you to step out with me right now.
Do not put your hands on me.
Come on out.
Do not put your hands on me.
Come out with me now before you get arrested. Do you understand?
Are you detaining me?
Yes. Do you understand?
Why am I being detained? Under what charges?
This is Susan Bassi, and you're watching the body cam footage from Surprise, Arizona's City Council meeting, where a woman who was giving public comment was arrested right in the middle of her public comment. She was speaking on the issue of giving a pay increase to the city attorney, and she was in opposition of that pay increase when the mayor invoked an informal policy and procedure to have her removed from the meeting and ultimately arrested.
Accompanying e-session for this item to receive legal advice. So if you want to receive legal advice, I would request you vote to recess into e-session.
City and county attorneys work at the management and direction of the elected officials. That's the city council, the city mayor, or the board of supervisors in a county. And lately we've been reporting on county attorneys that act improperly, including Robert Pittman, who made a citizen's arrest and is now subject to a lawsuit in Sonoma County. But we've also been doing work on city attorneys, including in the city of San Jose, where private lawyers have to ask the city attorneys for police body cam footage and police reports for crime victims. And most importantly, we've been looking at contract attorneys with certain cities such as Gilroy and Los Altos. These cities use law firms as their city attorneys through a contract basis. And it is the payment to these attorneys that this speaker in Surprise, Arizona was complaining about in this public meeting.
The call to the public?
Would you call the public?
Yeah.
Okay. We had Miss Massey wanted to do the call to public.
So I'm going to take this time. I know you guys need to go into e-session, so out of respect for that. The item that I had requested to speak on earlier was during the consent agenda, item number 6, as it pertains to the contract of employment for the city attorney. So I'm going to start this off with, in the contractual agreement with Mr. Robert Wingo, there is a stipulation that says he can renegotiate his pay rate for an exceptional job. Cambridge University defines exceptional as something that is much greater than usual, especially in skill, intelligence, quality, etc., i.e. what is not expected of somebody in a role. And I have concerns with allocating more funds to him specifically for a few different reasons. Point number 1 is, according to an article that was published in the Surprise Independent just shy of 12 months ago by Jason Stone, the city attorney is the second highest paid individual in the entirety of the City of Surprise employees. And at that time, he was listed at making about $266,000 annually. Where this becomes important is he is 11th overall in the entire state, and he actually only makes $10,000. Again, at the time of the article was printed, less than the attorney in Scottsdale, and Scottsdale has about 100,000 people larger than what Surprise covers. Recent months have uncovered numerous violations or alleged violations and blatant disregard, I would say, for not only the Arizona revised statutes, the state bar rules of professional conduct, but also the Arizona state constitution and the Bill of Rights at the federal level. Title 16, I won't rehash everything, but we are all too well and familiar with what took place during the election season and the violations thereof. City clerk is our elections officer. Nothing was done with the violations, and the city attorney did nothing as far as that. Title 9 and 38 have conflict of interest pieces of information, and it was deemed that there was a conflict of interest. Title 39, there are numerous public records requests that I have open right now that are, quote, pending legal review that I am entitled to request.
I've got to interrupt you here because...
Okay, are you going to stop the timer?
This is the public meeting forum that you agree to when you speak, and I want to read this to you, that there are oral communications during the city council meeting may not be used to lodge charges or complaints against any employee of the city or members of the body, regardless of whether such person is identified in the presentation by the name or by any other reference that tends to identify him or her.
That's all fine, well and good, but that's a violation of my First Amendment
yes.
The
rights.
public speaker was correct. That is a violation of the First Amendment because no government, city council, elected mayor, board of supervisors, or even the city attorney can approve a policy and procedure that violates the First Amendment, which is a fundamental right to seek redress of your government. That means to complain about how much the city attorney is paid, how he's doing his job, and if he's paid with public money, the right to use his name and call out what he is doing. The mayor was invoking an informal policy and procedure which constituted a prior restraint on speech, meaning trying to prevent speech from happening.
Well, this is your warning, okay?
Warning for what?
A warning for attacking the city attorney personally.
Not only did the public commenter not make personal attacks on the city attorney, she very diligently went through what he was doing in his professional and public capacity that she had a problem with and every right to speak up about. And this mayor, acting under the color of law, as all the elected city council members and the city attorney remained silent, then decided to use the threat of arrest to silence the speaker, or chill speech under threat of arrest.
This is all factual information.
It doesn't matter.
You're violating my First Amendment rights.
This is what you agreed to when you first speaking. This is the form.
It is unconstitutional, Mayor Hall.
Well, it's not unconstitutional.
It is.
And if you're
The
gonna,
Supreme Court
if
has
you're gonna
upheld. I
continue-
could get up here and I could swear at you for 3 straight minutes, and it is protected
No,
speech
no, you
by the
can't.
Supreme Court. It is.
No, you
Why
can't.
don't you look at case law?
No, you can't.
I can.
So if you want to be
Also, the chair is
if you
engaged
wanna
in
be
debate, so
do you
point
want
of
to be
order?
escorted out of here? Do you want to be escorted out
You're
of here?
violating
or are
my
you gonna
First
stop
Amendment rights.
Talking.
You are violating my First Amendment rights.
That's your opinion.
It's not a
Okay.
matter of opinion.
Do you want to be escorted out, Ms. Massey? Because that's what's going to happen. And it's going to happen in the future also. Anytime you attack
That's
any
why you changed the
staff member
rules.
Or any
That's why you
city-
changed the rules.
This has been on the back of this form.
I understand,
all the
Mayor
time.
Hall, but that is completely unconstitutional.
No, it's
You're
not.
also engaging in debate, and so you should actually be
Anyway,
yielding the floor to somebody else
okay.
managing.
Chief, could you have somebody come down here and escort Ms. Massey out
Really,
of
is
this
that
chamber?
necessary?
Yes, I
In
think
front
it
of
is.
my 10-year-old daughter, you're going to escort me
That's
out
fine.
for expressing my
She
First
can go
Amendment
with you.
rights.
She can go with you.
I'm not leaving.
Well,
Need you to sit down with me.
I'm expressing my first. Do not touch me. Do not put your hands on me.
Can you just step out with me? Right
Do
now?
not put your hands on me.
Come on out.
Do not put your hands on me.
Right there in front of her 10-year-old daughter, this mother was arrested while engaged in perhaps the most protected First Amendment activity. She was giving public comment at a public meeting. Her words were not threatening, they were not hateful, and yet the city council and the elected mayor, along with the police, arrested her for what appears to be their informal policies and procedures, where they decided to chill speech by determining the content of speech and what people could and could not speak about in public comment.
Hi. Yes, I need to inspect all the records related to the district attorney's race for 2022.
Okay. Your name?
My name is Susan Bassi.
Susan Bassi. You've been here before,
I
right?
have, and you know, I just want to tell you, I'm not trying to start out adversarial,
Okay.
but you should not be asking people who ask to inspect records their names. I don't mind giving it because I'm a reporter, but
you
it's
have to.
very. You did. You just asked my
I
name.
said you've been here before.
No,
I didn't
before
ask
that
for
you
your
said
name.
my name.
I did not
You-
say your name.
I
So
have
don't
it
know.
recorded. I have it recorded. You asked me for my name. I'm just letting you know that that's intimidating to ask people who are asking to inspect public records. I'm asking under the government code 6253A. I'm investigating the DA's race. I've been doing this since the 2018 race. There's a high controversy in our county right now, and I want to inspect the records. I need to see who has endorsed each candidate that's running, and I need to look at the records.
Okay, well, tell you what. Let me go speak to my manager. Let me go also contact our public and legislative affairs person.
Why do you need to do that? I'm asking under the government code for the right to inspect records related to a current DA race.
I understand your request. This is protocol.
Okay, I'm going to need to see a copy of that policy and procedure.
That was Santa Clara County and a public employee working in the voting office invoking an informal policy and procedure that was a prior restraint on speech, because instead of just giving me access to the records or any other member of the public access to the records, the informal policy and procedure of the office was to contact his supervisor and alert public affairs that somebody was asking for the records. And let me show you what it's supposed to look like without such policy being invoked.
I'm good. I'm from out of the area.
Okay.
And I'm just doing a little education on the law library and where everything is. Okay. So are these your people who are running for office in this binder?
Yeah. Oh, so the law library or the...
No, I just already did the law library. Okay. I found a book. I was all excited about it. So are these the people that are running here in this county? Because I don't know. I haven't looked up who's running.
Yeah,
do you have supervisor ballots? Is that what you have?
So for supervisor, that it's not in November. That was
oh, it was already
March.
decided?
Yes,
Okay. So what do you have in November coming up that's local?
In November, so these are the things that we have a lot of schools. Would you like to know what actually made it on the ballot?
Yeah, I just want to know like who is vote. Is this the? Oh no, this is your application.
Yeah, that's how you
okay.
register to vote.
So like there's trustees for school board running, correct?
Exactly. So on the bottom, so if it's an elect one, and we show 2 people came in, this will go to an election. So
okay, so these 2 people are running off for the Board of Education in November, correct? Okay.
Correct.
Mark Orloff and Mary Watts.
Correct.
And so same thing with this, even though it's not filled in on the date?
Yes, and so this is one that we share with Marin County.
Ah, okay.
So what they did was they let us know that those 2 people came in.
Okay.
And that this would be on the ballot. So there's some districts that we share where they're the lead county.
Yeah.
And so they'll let us know.
Okay. And then I'm trying to explain to people because most of us don't know.
Yeah.
Even though you work here, most of us don't know.
Yeah.
But usually when there's an incumbent and there's nobody running against them, then they're just automatically in and don't even appear on the ballot.
Appointed as if elected.
Right. Okay. And so, chief of staff, this is for the college district.
Exactly.
And nobody's running opposed, so.
Correct. So this is an elect one, only one person, so there's no election.
So they were just in automatically and don't appear again.
Correct. So most of them, if they if they're not going to an election.
Oh, I see. Then you write no. Okay.
Yeah.
That's helpful. So then you know here, for this college district, these 2 people are running, and now it's interesting because here you put incumbent, but there's somebody running against them. So it's a contested election,
Correct.
Even though they're the incumbent.
Correct. Now this one is a little different as well because this is Calistoga.
I see that.
So we share this with Napa.
Okay.
And there's an elect 3, and 2 people came in. So
okay.
This one will not go. Yeah.
Oh, because these 2 are automatically in because there's 3 choices. So
Exactly.
Is there still a vacancy?
And so with the board themselves, they will end up appointing someone to fill that vacancy.
Ah, okay. See, you're teaching me something.
This public employee not only gave us access to the public records, he helped explain them so that we could report on them. And while we typically report on police, lawyers, judges, and the courts, sometimes we report on local government when those issues all collide, as they did in the case of a San Jose City Council member, Peter Ortiz, who filed a civil harassment lawsuit against an Instagrammer who was critical of him and another city council member, Omar Torres, and he claimed that these 2 elected officials were engaged in conduct that was inappropriate with respect to children. And a few months after that lawsuit was thrown out on a slap after a great deal of legal expense and time, it turns out that the FBI started investigating City Council member Omar Torres for exactly the issues that the Instagrammer had been complaining about. And so whether people try to get elected into office and then use the police to arrest people over speech or file civil harassment lawsuits to chill speech, we need to start paying attention to the elected officials who are trying to chill speech and why they don't want it coming out when they are public officials.
Water district.
Yes, I believe that's near Sonoma. But yeah, it's the Valley of the Moon Water District. It looks like elect 3, but 4 people came in. And that ends it. So it looks like we have 38
contests.
Yeah,
And the national contest, which is what everybody talks about in all the airwaves.
yeah, exactly. So
I'm
this
trying to
is
give a
just
little
the
more
local.
airwaves for local.
Yeah, so this is just the local part.
So no DAs, no judges, no anything like that.
Yeah, none of that.
Okay, you are my hero of the day. You're close to the law library people, though.
Yes, hey.
They're really nice over there. So, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the education.
Have a great day.
So if you spent almost 17 minutes of your time here, I hope you learned what a prior restraint on speech is and what an informal policy and procedure is and what the difference is between a public employee who does their job serving the public and one who doesn't.